Jimmy Burns from Malvern, Ohio, and you're listening to Barbecue Central.
Happy to have you aboard here for the Really Big Barbecue Show.
Boing. We cook because we have to, and we grill because we want to.
Hit me!
Fine, how's it going?
You have a great show. I'm a big fan.
Boing.
So what seems to be the problem here? This man looks like he's dead, and he's in the crackle. Charbono! It's all about the Charbono, dude!
Succulent fish. What?
He ate 2 feet or wiener.
But listen, Libertius, shut your face.
I'm shaking like a dog shit peach seeds.
We have top men working on it right now. Top men.
And just like that, we are into the second hour. The Barbecue Central Show is where we are. You have found us here, kicking off the 10 o'clock hour Eastern Time on July 23rd. Remember, we do it live. Right here every Tuesday night from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern. The show coming to you from
Palm City, USA, Cleveland.
So to come on the show this evening, the embedded correspondents will start filing in sooner than later. We have a huge 100% Assurity Questions list that we're going to be getting through, aside from some other topics if time allows. We say good evening to those of you watching tonight through one of our video streaming platforms. You can go to facebook.com/BBQ Central Show or twitter.com/BBQ Central Show, or feel free to watch on YouTube, which is youtube.com/BBQ Central Show. youtube.com/@BBQ Central Show. We will update you on the YouTube poll question of the week, and we're asking everybody this. Joe Martinez is really Joe Martinez, and 53% of you are saying, yes, indeed, you think Joe Martinez is really Martin Martinez. It is clawing back much closer to 50-50 than I thought it was going to. But we'll see what happens. We'll ask the embedded correspondents what they think here in just a matter of minutes. So stay tuned for that. Coming up on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less this coming Friday, episode 343. Bringing you back to the same date of last week's show, June 29th, 2010. Here's what I've learned over the week, if nothing else. Even when you don't directly challenge John Solberg to find a show, you end up with what you wanted. So this week, you will hear the segment that I mentioned last week with the one-time host of Barbecue Pitmasters, Kevin Roberts, a.k.a. Dude Douche. So just to clear a few things up, because I went back and listened to this. It's been a long time since I've listened to this segment. As I'm listening to it, I'm remembering where my thought of or line of questioning was supposed to go. So Kevin does what I would call a preemptive strike on me to the boiling ribs question thing that I was going to be asking him about. That was going to be the lead question in after we got through a little exchange of pleasantries. But he does a preemptive strike on me about boiling ribs. But then he also stakes claim to perhaps inventing the yellow mustard binder thing. I don't know if he specifically said I invented it, but he did say that the yellow mustard thing, that he had been doing that for 5 or 6 years way, way out in front of mustard as a binder. And then all of a sudden it started picking up popularity. So I think in the interview, he also mentions the fact that he was hoping years down the road that people will talk about boiling ribs. He was that far in front of mustard as a binder. Maybe he's this far in front of parboiling ribs. Kevin, I can tell you this, 15 years later, no one is doing that in the industry at all. No, sir. So while you hit a home run, while you may or may not have invented mustard as a binder, it was a swing and a miss with the parboiling of ribs catching on within the barbecue and grilling industry. Maybe it's caught on with your grandma or your great-grandma when they used to parboil meat. But if you're in this space, you're not parboiling anything. The only time you're using water is doing a tallow cook of some sort, whether it be pork fat or beef fat or something. You put water on the fat. Other than that, I don't know why you would be parboiling any. I mean, you shouldn't be. It just boils all the fat and the flavor right out of the meat, so don't even bother doing it. I mentioned it to my mother-in-law a number of weeks ago, and I got like a side eye. You can you can subscribe to the show by visiting thebbqcentralshow.com/subscribe if you would like to hear the Best Moment Show, because you can only hear the Best Moment Show on the podcast feed. And don't forget, if you would like to hear a guest or segment that you think has been lost in the archives, you can email John, Jon, at thebbqcentralshow.com and let him know what you would like to hear. The Famous Dave's All-Star Barbecue Series rolled into... That time seems off to me. What's going on? All right, we'll leave it at that. The Famous Dave's All-Star Barbecue Series rolled into Louisville, Kentucky this past weekend, a city that I love and adore. I've been there many times, eaten in many different places. The results as follows. Grand Champion, the team you may or may not have heard of, Great White Smoke. Reserve Grand Champion, also a team you may or may not have heard of, Furlong's Smoke and Seafood. Yes, of course. Both Great White Smoke and Furlong's Smoke and Seafood have now qualified for the 2024 World Food Championships in the barbecue division, on top of taking first and second place at the local Louisville, Kentucky's Famous Dave's All-Star Barbecue Series. As we know, the World Food Championships taking place in my favorite city across the nation, Indianapolis, Indiana, this coming November, middle of November, maybe middle end. Next Famous Dave's All-Star Barbecue Series event is coming up this Saturday, July 27th, in the metropolis known as Taylor, Michigan. This event is full, so you can't get in. The Columbia, Maryland event on August 24th, which is the last event of this whole series, still showing as having one spot left open, but that's the only one between now and then. So you have about 1 month left, and you have only one spot left open, which is August 24th in Columbia, Maryland. You can find out past results and the remaining schedule of future events by visiting worldfoodchampionships.com/allstars. I'm concerned that I'm even going to be talking about this. By the way, poll question clawing creepily back to 50-50, which I don't think I like. Let me get back on track here. I don't even know if I want to mention this because I don't even want to encourage anybody to try it, but I think I saw it on John's Instagram reel at some point. I also saw it on Rashid Phillips' Instagram reel about a week and a half ago, which is a lady in a drum smoker, but it's not a stand-up drum. This one's on the side, cut in half on the hinges. Looks like a char griller, something along these lines, if you know what I mean. The barrel type smoker that way, or cooker, charcoal grill. On the bottom, charcoal. over the top of the charcoal the following: many different many different vegetables, onions, things like this. Also, garlic cloves, barbecue rub, a ton of barbecue rub. And the charcoal's not lit. And she's showing you what she's going to be doing before she lights the charcoal, talking about if it smells this good now, you can only imagine what kind of flavor perfume this thing is going to put on the meat once we get it up and running. If you're new to the game, folks, I'm here to tell you this. There's a lot of things you shouldn't do. Perhaps there's so many things that you shouldn't do, you could actually rate them by 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This has got to be right up in the top 1 or 2. 1 is never cook without a thermometer. Number 2 has got to be don't season your charcoal. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this lady wasn't even going to be using a charcoal chimney. She was going to go lighter fluid all over the charcoal and then throw the match on it. So whatever benefit that you think you're getting from putting barbecue rub on your charcoal, thinking that's going to create some type of flavorful smoke on your meat, that's just not happening. And then I'm pretty sure you're probably going to douse it with lighter fluid before. And so that's going to eliminate anything. That's also potentially going to add a flavor profile that I'm not too akin with if you don't let that burn off all completely, which most people don't. There's many things going wrong. So I think it might have already fallen out of trend. And I'm hoping mentioning this doesn't bring it back on. But you will know it when you see it. The charcoal that has been rubbed down with barbecue. Why not take $20 $1 bills and then just lay them all down on top of the charcoal and then add your lighter fluid there, light it up? It's the same effect. You're wasting money. It's not really adding any flavor at all. It just goes up very quickly. Please don't do this. I also have a question, completely unrelated. This is, are you a good guy or gal meter? A couple weeks ago, rent a U-Haul, 14-footer, load a couch, some other stuff in, move Bobby into her new apartment that she's going to be staying at down in Greensburg. And you know, with the U-Haul, they're charging $1 a mile. So I'm looking up and back 320 miles. Quick math tells you $320 on the mileage plus $35 to rent it. When I get the truck, any way we can negotiate the mileage, it cuts me a magnificent deal of 79 cents a mile. Thank you. When I get back, and this was up and back same day. So I get back and I get an email. This is your final invoice. Total of $55. Look, I think I have stated on many occasions and shown on many occasions, I am no math major. I am no rocket scientist like our pal Doug Scheiding is. But even I can do the simple math of 315 miles at 79 cents a mile is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $250. And then tack on $35 in rental. And that bill's got to be close to $300 total dollars, if not more, depending on tax. And I'm out at $55. So the question is, would you do what I did? Would you call in and say, hey, I'm torn. I don't know if I should be calling in or not because I don't want to eat the other $250 that I think's coming my way, but I just want to let you know. This bill is wrong. I drove to Pittsburgh and back, and there's no way this $55 bill is right. And she said on the phone to me, we checked the odometer out. We checked it back in. Those are the miles. This invoice is right. And I said, well, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you, but please know that the invoice is 100% wrong. And I just want you to know I'm here to make it right if that's what you want to do. And she said, no. That's not anything that you should be concerned about. If we're wrong in the end, then you're not somebody that should be punished for. So I said, okay, fine. And I hung it up. I felt much better as a human because I did think about it for a few fleeting moments that I should make them learn a hard lesson. And I shouldn't say anything to them, but I figured I'd be the better person. So in the instant chat, I'll ask the guys here in a moment, if you were in my situation, would you call back and say the invoice is wrong and I'm giving you a chance to make it right? Everybody's piled in, if you can believe it. There's Rusty, there's Matt, there's John, there's Doug. It's a full slate of embedded correspondents here this evening. Happy to see that. Before we get to them, we talk about the lovely, the talented, the one that creates all the conversations on the cul-de-sac, in the yard, housing development, whatever you live in. The Franklin Barbecue Pit. What you have with the Franklin Pit, a deeply thought out and refined version of the old propane-style cookers that Aaron Franklin has built and used in his restaurant, Franklin Barbecue. Stylistically, it reflects the kind of bare-bones, industrial, handmade aesthetic that he loves, as in the patina and the way the build allows you to see the welds and the craftsmanship. So many things differentiate this kind of a pit versus what you would find at a big box retailer. Those skimp on thickness, skimp on heaviness of material. You have thin metal that wicks away the heat, can't control, maintain temperature, becomes very maddening. Next thing you know, you have a $200 flower pot on the tree lawn, ready for trash pickup. The Franklin Pit, made with 5/16 and quarter-inch thick steel, and American-made at that. That's strong. Anything that sees heat is engineered to be incredibly solid, should last a century or more if cared for properly. Remember, the thickness of the steel guarantees professional-grade heat retention, a critical component in making great barbecue. Franklin Pits can be found at barbecue specialty stores in select regions of the country, like Steve Ray's Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply in Ooltewah, Tennessee, a certified Franklin Barbecue Pit dealer. If you are a listener of the show and you are like Steve, you have a store, you wish to become a certified Franklin dealer, visit this website, franklinbbqpits.com, and fill out the dealer form. If you're the listener of the show, you would like a Franklin Pit, but you live nowhere near a certified dealer, you can visit franklinbbqpits.com and purchase a pit right there. Franklin Pits will ship a Franklin Pit right to your driveway. A couple different options. Go see Steve Ray, or if you're in Ohio, go to Hartville Hardware. They're also certified dealers. Or if you're nowhere near them, or the other certified dealers, just go online and order a DTC. Why not? We are back with the Embedded Correspondents in full force right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Howard Stern, Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, and Greg Rempe. The Mountain Rushmore of talk show entertainment. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show.
Welcome back. This portion of the show being brought to you by Pit Barrel Cooker, the most unbelievable outdoor cooking device on the planet, currently available in 3 sizes with a host of accessories to choose from. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or a professional, it's a cooker you want to add to the arsenal. You visit pitbarrelcooker.com, and then you tell them the Barbecue Central Show sent you and see what happens from there. Joining me in the second hour, you know him, you love him, Fourth Tuesday, second hour at that, the Embedded Correspondents. We have a Doug Scheiding from Texas to my direct right, and 2 down from my right is John Solberg from the great state of Michigan. Hey, there he is, Rusty Monson from the great city of Utah, directly below me. And then catty corner off of my square is none other than Matt Osmond, embedded correspondent from Tennessee. So glad everybody is in here for the month of July as we're getting ready to wrap it up, if you can believe it or not. Guys, we're going to start with a couple non-Assurity questions because that's what we have kind of come to do here, answer questions directly on this show. Doug, on the YouTube poll question of the week, Joe Martinez is really Martin Martinez, yes or no?
I have changed my answer. As I've listened to this show, the answer is no.
John, Joe Martinez is Martin Martinez.
I'm going with no.
Matt, Joe Martinez is Martin Martinez.
Sticking to my guns. 100% yes.
Rusty, what say you?
I watched enough Scooby-Doo to know that he is in fact Martin.
Wow. This is insane because as we sit right now on the YouTube results, it is 50-50 saying yes and no equally that Joe is or is not both one and the same person. I'm not here to break the tie because I know I have only seen Joe and I have never seen Martin, which could lead me to believe that indeed Joe is Martin. So maybe I've broken the tie there and swung it 51 in the other way. Also, we have a follow-up question to the hot take I was just giving as we led into this segment, which was if you had the same U-Haul rental experience I did where you know your bill should be sizably more, do you call in after you get that final invoice through email to the dealer and say, hey, this is wrong and I'm here to make good? Do you make that phone call? Doug, yes or no?
Yes.
John?
100% yes.
Rusty, yes?
No, screw the man.
Yeah. Matt, yes or no?
I gotta say no, but I'd flip a coin as well.
Wow. All right. Well, the answer was obviously yes for me, so the good guys win. I mean, Mr. Positivity is sticking it to the man at the same time. So here we go with 100% Assurity questions, and we got plenty to get to. Rusty, let's start with you since you took the month off last month. By the way, everything is good. I know, we're just having a little fun here, but any quick updates on what's happening with Rusty?
Nah, man, just busy as hell. It's been crazy. I barely made it here today, but
wow,
all should be good for the rest of my life. So all is good in the rest of the world going forward.
Who's breathing into the microphone like a perv?
Someone's got to breathe. Yeah.
Is that you, Matt? Hold on.
Shouldn't be.
Don't anybody do anything different. Hold on. Wait. All right, I was just trying to find it on my own, but I'll keep an ear out. Anyway, Rusty.
Go back, check the tape.
Yeah, that's right. Rusty, 100% yes or 100% no. Following up from last month's question, I don't know if you heard the show or not. You have watched at least one episode of either Barbecue Showdown or Barbecue Brawl.
No, man, I don't have time to watch TV. I wish.
I thought of all the people you would have watched at least one, but that is Rusty's
I
busy
will.
life.
I'm like John. At this point, I'm going to have to watch it in my retirement home.
Yeah,
So
got it. Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. You have watched at least one episode of either Barbecue Showdown or Barbecue Brawl.
Have them taped, but I haven't watched. No.
Halfway there, though. Matt?
100% yes, and finished.
Wow. Both?
1.5.
Oh, wow. Very good. John, yes or no?
100% no.
I don't know if you saw maybe one episode just to put a flare out there for any reason. No? Okay. I'm also 100% no. And more like John and Rusty, not recorded even, just not watched. But you all know where I stand on barbecue game shows. Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. The ultimate closing of Smokin' Joe's Pit Barbecue in El Paso, Texas came as a surprise to you, yes or no?
No.
John?
100% no.
Doug, the ultimate closing of Smokin' Joe's Pit Barbecue in El Paso, Texas, came as a surprise to you.
Yes, but is it?
No conspiracy on this line of questioning. Rusty, yes or no?
100% yes.
I'm going to align with Doug and Rusty. I thought I would have a different opinion if he would not have released that first line of closing videos. Then he recanted on that. I'm surprised at this point that this is the formal and final closing. I thought there was a lot of other things going on there that were good stuff. But as I said last week, maybe this is when you're an outsider looking in at social media, that's probably only showing the best parts and you're not seeing how the sausage is made, as they would like to say. So I'm a little surprised. So the surprises outnumber the not surprised in that one. We'll go to John for this question. John, the biggest shockwave sent through the barbecue industry so far in 2024 is that Joe's brother Martin is opening a barbecue food truck in El Paso, Texas.
100% no.
Doug, biggest shockwave?
I'm with John and I'm laughing no.
Matt, biggest shockwave in 2024 is that Joe's brother Martin is opening a barbecue food truck in El Paso, Texas.
I got my opposite britches on. 100% yes.
Rusty?
I got my normal human britches on, and I say no.
It's easily the biggest shockwave that has happened in 2024. I have not seen anybody make such a bold decision, and bold, I mean bad, decision to, in the teeth of sharks, decide that he is going to try and do something that he was just a part of something that failed, and we will see how that goes. John? Did we already do you to lead? Who didn't I get to lead off yet? Doug? I think Doug. Doug, let's start with you. 100% yes or 100% no? Martin's barbecue food truck endeavor will fail within the first 12 months of opening, yes or no?
I've changed this answer as well. Yes.
Yes. Matt?
100% yes.
John?
This is a tough one. I don't want it to, so I'm just gonna go like, it's not gonna fail. No, it's not gonna fail. It's gonna make it.
Rusty, Martin's barbecue food truck endeavor will fail within the first 12 months of opening. Yes or no?
100% no.
I'm breaking the tie, and I'm going with John and Rusty. I don't think it's going to fail. Every fiber of my being is saying that it will fail inside of 6 weeks, but I'm saying right here on this show tonight, July 23rd, 2024, 10:28 p.m., that for whatever reason, I'm going off the reservation and saying that Joe Martin Martinez food truck will make it at least 12 months or longer. I said it, and I'm not taking it back. John, Doug, you know I live in hypocrisy. You know that, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
You tried to get him on the show. You've got to be in marketing to be in sales and pushing your product, and he wouldn't even come on the show.
I know.
If he can't do that, he's not going to be able to sell anything.
By the way, Joe, I know you're in the chat here tonight. How can you not corral your brother and get him on at 9:14 today so we can have this discussion with? I mean, these are things that people want to know about, and quite frankly, you're losing credibility and respectability by the second that every moment that passes that he's not on the show. So remember that as time wears on. John, 100% yes or 100% no? Specific to spare ribs, you will always take the membrane off the rack before prepping and cooking.
100% no.
Matt?
100,000% yes.
Doug, specific to spare ribs, you will always take the membrane off the rack before prepping and cooking.
On pork spare ribs, 100% yes.
Rusty, membrane ripper?
No, you damn hippies. It's fine. Leave it on. Jesus.
Look, all I know is this. I had an 8-rack spare rib cook on Saturday, and I looked at those 8 racks, and I said, wow, I don't know if I got it in me. But I did it anyway. And after the 8th rack of ribs, I looked at myself and said, this has got to be a question I got to ask my guys on Tuesday, because I feel like I could probably get away with not pulling the membrane on the ribs, and nobody's going to notice except me. Matt, you're a yeser. Are you pulling it for pride only?
I'm pulling it for pride, for cook time, and for flavor penetration.
Doug, similar?
It takes like 10 seconds to do it. So
specific to spare ribs, way more than 10 seconds. Those things do not come off like baby back membranes. Baby back membranes, I'll do it all the time.
30 seconds.
Maybe a minute.
You slice the first bone, you get a Scott towel and rip it off.
It's somebody, look, Doug, I don't know the last time you did ribs, but as somebody who did it Saturday, I can tell you it's not that easy. John, people just don't recognize, or what?
Hey, yeah, it only takes a second times 96 racks when you're loading the big EL. So you load the bitch up and you run it. Then you slice them and you get them out the shack door, right? Because ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody cares and nobody knows. And you get a little crisp. If you do it right, get a little crispy little bit. And it's like, you got to fucking make money. You got to run this ain't no contest shit. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Rusty, tell him.
Rusty, jump in.
It's like boiling ribs. It's not a thing. Competition cooks decide they want to take the damn membrane off, and you're all jumping in thinking it's like you have to do it. 1, it doesn't really help with flavor retention because there's bones there. It's not really helping anything. 2, it helps with moisture retention, which is fantastic. And 3, most importantly, if you cook them right, you get this little piece of like almost like rib jerky at the end, and it's fantastic.
You eat that?
So in every way, that membrane is yeah, I eat that. If I could, I'd rip that stuff off and sell it like a bag of potato chips.
John, do you eat the membrane?
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah,
of course. I mean, I'm not eating a lot of ribs that I'm cooking commercially, but yeah, it's on there. It's getting it's eaten.
Anybody else got any thoughts here before we move along? Go ahead, though.
In Texas, it's fall off the bone good, right? So if you have that damn membrane on there, it ain't fall off the bone good because you're like, what the hell is this gristle? Now, in John's case where he's doing 96 million racks of ribs every other day, I totally agree with him. Yeah, I think whatever.
Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue saying, leave the freaking membrane alone. 100% of barbecue joints leave it on for a reason. And Joe lives in Texas. Now, granted, Joe's business failed. So maybe he should have taken the membrane off the ribs. I mean, I don't want to make any suggestions, Joe, but I mean, I can put 2 and 2 together. We'll move on. Rusty, 100% yes or 100% no. There is no bigger pain in the ass than taking the membrane off of a rack of spare ribs. Yes or no?
I hate to say it, but I'm kind of with Doug. I got to the point where I could do it pretty quickly. So it's not too bad. And sometimes I do get tripped up and it becomes a pain in the ass, but most of the time I can get that
All right, so that's a no for him. Doug, no for you?
No.
John?
No, it is not the biggest pain in the ass.
Trending to unanimous. Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. No bigger pain in the ass than taking the membrane off the rack of spare ribs.
No.
Well, I mean, the answer is yes. 100% yes or 100% no. Matt, you prefer spares over baby backs?
100% yes.
Rusty?
Yeah, a little bit. If I had, yeah, for sure. They're better.
John, you prefer spares over baby backs?
This is like your who's your favorite child question, but I'm going to go yes. I prefer baby bags. I'm all equal and separate.
You prefer baby backs?
Yes, I prefer baby bags.
Oh, sorry, hit the wrong sound effect there. Doug, you prefer spares over baby backs?
Absolutely, yes.
And I lovingly prefer spares over baby backs. Let's go to Doug. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug. Wait, can't start with Doug. Matt, let's start with you again. 100% yes or 100% no. You have purchased at least one of Doug's 3 available rubs for sale.
Went all the way to Smyrna, Tennessee. Yes.
Wow. Smyrna, Tennessee.
Wow.
We'll even throw in a DJ horn on that. Rusty, you have purchased at least one of Doug's 3 available rubs for sale.
No, but I want to. I bet they're freaking good.
John?
No, sorry, Doug. I still have it.
John, last month you said it was a mandate that you were going to go and buy at least one bottle somewhere.
Well, I don't need more time. I just need a deadline. I need to set a deadline and make it happen.
We'll set the deadline. We want a full recap of how many bottles of rubs you bought when we reconvene at the end of August. Doug, have you bought any of your own rubs?
Surprisingly, yes, I have. I was sending a few out, and I needed some brisket. I was like, oh, jeez, and so I went into one of my stores, and bought it.
Wow. Do they know who you are when you go in?
Oh, hell yeah. He's like, what are you doing?
You can't just go into the store and just take it and walk out and say, well, I'll get you back next time? No.
No.
Wow.
No.
Well, I can tell you this. I've become a firm, allegiant member of buying Doug's everything rub. Yeah, your all-purpose rub has become a fast favorite in the house. I went through it a week ago, and I was told I needed to use it at least as one of the 2 layers of rubs that were going on the 8 racks of ribs on Saturday. So I bought.
Whoa!
I had to buy Doug's all-purpose rub, which, again, my ladies have a discerning palate. I have brought them up to be meat and barbecue snobs of the highest order, so they can appreciate a quality product when they put their mouths on it. Oh, I can't believe I said that out loud. And the rub is hitting everything that they think is good in flavor. Luckily, we're going to be coming up to a break here, so we'll all recollect ourselves and come back and get through the rest of the embedded correspondence questions. Listen up, gang. Our friends at Big Papa Smokers have something special just for you, listeners of the show, whether you're seasoned pitmaster or grilling newbie. Big Papa Smokers is your one-stop shop for all things barbecue. From their championship rubs, mouth-watering sauces, essential accessories, they've got what you need to take your food to the next level, whether you're on the competition circuit or in the backyard just like me. Here's the cherry on top. Big Papa Smokers is offering the listeners of the Barbecue Central Show an exclusive deal. Use promo code REMPE at checkout. That's REMPE. And you'll get $10 off your next $50 purchase of rubs, sauces, or accessories. Imagine the possibilities. Evaluate your your ribs with Big Papa's Sweet Money. I did this past Saturday along with Doug's rub. Or add Big Papa's Desert Gold to your chicken, or better yet, pick up Double Secret and put it on your steak. Head on over to BigPapasmokers.com and start shopping today. And don't forget to use the promo code REMPE at checkout to claim your $10 off your next order of $50 or more. That's REMPE, REMPE, to claim your $10 off your next order of $50 or more. And don't forget to check out Big Papa's full line of recipes at cookingwithbigpapa.com. That's cooking with a G at the end. cookingwithbigpapa.com, and of course follow him on social media for amazing recipes. By the way, before we jump back in, and I'm not going to get into the details here, but I want to take a second and wish Sterling Ball all the positive vibes and all the well wishes that I can send. I will speak for all of us as we send them over in his direction, battling through some things right now. It could have been way more serious than it is currently ending up, but happy that's not the case. So Sterling, rooting for you, thinking of you, and looking forward to our next conversation. We'll be back with the Embedded Correspondents right after this. Stick around, be right back.
Whole packers, full racks, legs and thighs, injecting butts. If you've never heard this before, you might think you found the best XXX show ever. Let's get back to the most homoerotic host out there today, Greg Rempe.
All right, welcome back. This portion of the show being brought to you by Jerry Tobacco, a family-run cigar brand, vertically integrated manufacturer known for its authentic Corojo tobaccos, grown at the Jerry Tobacco Farm in Honduras. Currently offering both the new Cameroon Reserva, a Cameroon Puro, and the Fumanoche, a dense, rich, intense cigar. Their first cigar without Corojo, believe it or not. JerryTobacco.com to find a retailer near you. Try them or ask me for samples. All right, we're recollected, so we can go ahead and start asking 100% Assurity questions. John, let's start with you. 100% yes or 100% no. Rusty will make the announcement right here tonight in just a few moments that the Food Truck Podcast has officially died. Yes or no?
No, man. No, please. No. 100% no.
Matt, yes or no?
100% no.
Doug.
That didn't sound like 100% no from Matt, but I'm going to go with no.
Oh, good. Well, Rusty, it looks like I'm the only one that has a set of testicles here this evening. The answer is 100% yes. He will be announcing in just a few short seconds that thing has hit the skids. Rusty, 100% yes or 100% no. You're making the announcement exclusively here tonight.
A Barbecue Central Show exclusive news update.
That the Rusty's Food Truck Podcast is going away 100% yes or 100% no.
100% no. I'm very excited to get going with
Rusty, how can you say that? You haven't posted since April.
Some of us work for a living, Greg. You know, I gotta go do a job.
I know. I have a real job. I'm a director of sales, Rusty. I have 25 people that report to me. That's right. I can fire somebody tomorrow if I want.
You're cooking ribs at home, man. Come on. That's a part-time job.
What are you talking about? Saturday I was cooking ribs. During the week?
Yeah, Saturday I was in a 110-degree trailer from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., okay?
You're saying for sure. So when's the next release?
I don't
want to talk about that right now.
Lined up this week. Okay, I'll be not this Monday, but next Monday.
Yeah,
I'm going to do a hard and fast on that one. Yes. Mm-hmm. I'll get right back to it.
Just one, or you're going to be doing a number of them
every Monday after that. Yep, I got 3 people lined up. Yes, all right, I have to do it. It's like my therapy.
All right, so that's 3 shows.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll revisit this question in 4 months. The answer is yes, by the way. Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. An extra medium shirt is bigger than a medium-sized shirt. Yes or no?
100% no.
John.
How many How am I even supposed to know this? I live in the world with X's. Y'all just want to not do X's.
This is an X.
I don't even. I'm gonna go like, yeah, it's bigger. No idea. Yes.
Splitting the train already. Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. An extra medium shirt is bigger than a medium size shirt.
I don't even wear mediums. I wear larges and extra large. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, so I'm going to say no.
Rusty, an extra medium size shirt is bigger than a medium size shirt.
Yes, because science.
I also agree with Rusty because, do you say science? Okay. We'll go with science. Extra medium means a little less than medium. Extra medium. I know it's different for the large, but I think in a medium setting, extra medium means you're going a little smaller than that. So, because extra small, extra medium is smaller. There's small, there's extra small, there's medium, there's extra medium. But when you trend into large, then it's extra large. Then the scales tip in the other direction. You didn't know that, Doug? I mean, don't you have any kind of fashion sense? I mean, me and Rusty and Matt carrying the only fashion torches on the show.
It's called slim fit. So like when you get a slim fit,
I would
large,
never wear a
it's
slim
little-
fit anything. You got to be kidding me. And I'm slim. You guys wouldn't know anything about that. All right, 100% yes or 100% no, Rusty. You have tried Country Crocs Drizzle and Sizzle. Yes or no?
No.
John.
100% no.
Doug.
If I haven't heard of it, I haven't tried it.
The answer is no. Matt?
100% no, but ordered.
Where did you find out about it?
Countrycroc.com. Oh, where
You just know to Google that?
Oh, sorry, no. I ordered it from Country Croc. I saw it on Instagram.
So you saw it on Instagram first, and then that inspired you to order it. All right. This was a Matt submitted question, by the way, in case you couldn't figure that out. That's why I let him go last. I thought it was going to be yes. 100% yes. This one is also Matt submitted. 100% yes or 100% no. The Miami Dolphins, John, that's a football team, will beat the Cleveland Browns, another football team, on December 29th on Sunday Night Football. Matt, yes or no?
All day, baby.
Right. Day? Rusty?
I hope the Browns win. That would be great. Browns. I'm going Browns for the upset.
All right. Doug, Miami Dolphins will beat the Cleveland Browns on December 29th on Sunday Night Football.
Negative.
John?
The Browns are going to win. I just tossed a coin.
Is that what you were doing? I thought you were reaching for something.
Yeah.
The answer, of course, is no. They will not be beating the Cleveland Browns. They're playing in Cleveland, right, Matt?
That is true.
Yeah, so you think you're coming
I
up
intend on making it.
You think you're coming to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city from the land of sun on December 29th, and you're going to beat the Browns in our home stadium? I mean, give me a break. Well, let's follow that question up with an even more emboldened question. Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. As an add-on to the question above, Greg will be there in attendance with Matt Osman at that game. Yes or no?
100% yes.
Rusty?
Best friend time. Oh, yes. I want to see it. I would love it.
John, 100% yes or 100% no. Greg will be at that game in attendance with Matt Osman on December 29th.
Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. I'm just going to go, no, you won't be. It's freaking December 29th. It's cold.
Doug, yes or no?
I want to see the huddle cuddle buddies together. Yes.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That was a yes. Huddle buddies. Wow. I think I want to stop the show right now immediately. I've been inspired to stop the show. Wow. The answer is this. Will Greg be there in attendance with Matt Osman on December 29th? I couldn't say no fast enough. Are you kidding me? December 29th? It's going to be cold. I don't care if Matt was paying me to go to that game. I don't care if Matt was also showing up with this girl.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck, too, and spit on that thing.
It doesn't matter if she was going with Matt and saying they were going to be in Cleveland. If any of you motherfuckers are showing up on December 29th and you want me to go outside for 4 hours, the answer will perpetually and always and forever be no. No. When have you ever known me to go outside to freeze on purpose? Never. It will never happen. So unless you have owner's box tickets, Matt, do you? I don't want to speak for you, but you got that?
I don't.
Then the answer's no.
Yet.
See you in a bar while we have a drink before the game and then dinner after the game. You will not find my ass in that stadium at all. No way, no how. John, we have some time for promotion here this evening. Is there anything you would like to promote before we let you go?
I would like to quickly use this time to remind everybody about the seasoned charcoal bit. And right here in my studio, if you can see this Kingsford garlic, paprika, and onion piece of briquette. Remember this? I took a bite of this on this very show a few years back. Is that really a crazy idea? That's all. I'm just putting it out there.
So the answer is yes, that continues to be a crazy idea. And then the lady doing her own version of that continues to be a crazy idea of that, undoubtedly. Matt, anything you're promoting tonight?
I'll pick up the slack and promote the best moments of the Barbecue Central show in 10 minutes or less on Friday.
Very good. Which, by the way, John, I just wanted to compliment you on doing a very quick turnaround on the pseudo challenge that I issued you last week by saying, I wonder if John could find the Kevin Roberts interview. Just happened to be on the same show, believe it or not. So I didn't even remember that, but I listened back to that segment and I'm like, wow, Kevin Roberts was on this show. Rusty, you have any idea who Kevin Roberts is?
Nope. I don't know who that is. Greg LaForda? Is that him that does the steaks too? I can't remember.
Pat LaFrida is the guy that does steaks. Of course, you knew that. You're just being funny. I just wonder where Kevin Roberts resonates with anybody 15 years removed. Doug, anything you're promoting this evening?
Yes, if you'd like to buy my hashtag Greg Girls Approved Rogue Rubs, you can go to my website at roguecookers.com and go to the shop page, and you can order the rubs there. Thank you very much. That's as high as wife approved in my book. So I appreciate that.
John Silverberg feverishly taking notes.
I thank you so much. And I appreciate that. And recorded a show, and Lynn and Jeff say hi tonight. So I'll be on the Baseball and Barbecue podcast again. I've been absent for about a month, and I know you've missed me.
I was going to say, you've only been absent for a month because every month you're promoting your new show, Baseball and Barbecue. Rusty, it's great to have you back here as we turn July loose. What do you have coming up that you'd like to tell us about?
Well, like we talked about before, my podcast will get back up and running. If anything, I can get some sponsors to free up some money. Like I'm looking at Toast. Maybe Toast wants a sponsor, give me a free POS. I don't know. I'm just going in for selfish reasons, really. But you should listen to it. It's really good. It's called On the Road, a food truck podcast.
Rusty, was it a great regret of your life where you couldn't free up 38 seconds to come and see me live and in person when I had feet on the ground in the great city of Utah?
I was really busy that day, if I remember. I can't remember what it was.
Janet Jackson, you said it.
Oh, yeah, we had the Janet Jackson concert, but we had something that day, too. Usually when I have a truck and a trailer, they're both out. I'm done for. I got to be on one. And sometimes I can make room, but that weekend just wasn't oh, that's what it was. So I have three of my main people. I have Emery, Adam, and Grace, and they're just like the guys, right? They kill it. They're awesome. And they were on vacation in California. So we're putting the B team together, trying to make it happen, doing Janet Jackson catering and all that fun stuff. So that's that. I remember what it was. So yeah, I was keeping everything running.
That wasn't an answer.
But I was actually really, Greg, can I be honest with you? I was legit bummed I didn't get to hang out with you. I was really, really bummed about it.
That's what we want. I was wondering if that's a great regret.
Pretty bummed about it. I was actually really thinking about doing some weird stuff to get down there to say hi. So,
is there even more salt in that wound? Because I actually hung out with the Anthony Lujan for hours on end, sipping on soda water and eating some of the best pizza pie I've ever had in my life.
All of a sudden, glad I was working. I don't know.
All right, there he is. Guys, as always, appreciate the insight, input, and candor, and we will see you at the end of August. There they are, the embedded correspondents. That is Doug Scheiding and John Solberg and Rusty Monson and Matt Osmond, Texas, Michigan, Utah, and Tennessee, respectively. I have actually caught up on all of my business, so we can go ahead and make an exit here for an on-time departure, which we don't usually do. So we'll push away from the gate here and start our taxi. All the way back in the first hour, we had Steve Ray from Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply, Owl's Nest Barbecue. Owl's Nest BBQ.com is his website if you'd like to check it out. And then Ted Conrad came back on for a follow-up interview. We ran into some technical issues at the front of his interview last week, but he dropped back in, answered all the other questions, and has now armed you with all the proper information to make great buying decisions when you are in the market for wireless thermometers. The second hour, you know what it was all about. The embedded correspondents, Doug, John, Rusty, and Matt. Big show planned for you next week. Believe it or not, July is a 5-week month, so we have plenty to go over, plenty to talk about, great guests. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the edits laid out over the course of the week through social media. If you need me, you know where to find me. So how do I always leave you? September 11th, 2001. I will never forget. And until next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, this is your program host and proud U.S. American, Greg Rempe.
Shamo! Shamo!
Hi, this is Jeff Stone of Grandpa's Pride Barbecue from the Panhandle of Florida, and you are listening to the Barbecue Central Show.